How sweep it is. How's it going, Mets and overall baseball fans? Welcome back to the channel with a quick game recap as the Metropolitans take Game 3 and take all the games in Arizona against those Diamondbacks and secure the series sweep by a final score of, yes, 9-0. The only reason why I'm not live now is because I am in San Diego, and as you can see, this is not my setup. This is Borna at the Hog Watcher setup. We're in his HQ right now because I'm going to be covering the entire series with Borna on both of our channels, so make sure you're chiming in. We'll be attending Petco Park, which is right down the block from where we are. We're going to be going to the games and streaming right after, sharing our initial reactions as both the Padres and the Mets swept their most recent series, are 41-46 on the season, and have a huge matchup heading into the All-Star break. But before we get into more on that tomorrow and in the coming days, breaking down that series that's hopefully going to be exciting one, let's talk briefly about this huge Mets series W, this series sweep, as the Metropolitans have now taken 5 straight games in the month of July, are undefeated in the month of July at the time of recording this. Spam those W's in the comments down below, folks. What is the biggest standouts? Carlos Carrasco took one out of the Kodai Senga playbook, going 8 shutout innings today. Kodai yesterday went 8 innings of 1 earned run ball with 12 strikeouts. Today, Carlos Carrasco was nothing short of phenomenal. Gave the Mets so much leash today. They did not have to tax their bullpen the slightest. Trevor Gott ended up making his Mets debut with a scoreless 9th. You love to see that. Cookie with easily his best start of the season, one of his best starts by far in a Mets uniform, and that led the way for the Mets on the pitching front. Cookie was nothing short of spectacular. The Cookie did not crumble, and the Mets again take all 3 games in Arizona against a very good Diamondbacks team. Offensively, Pete Alonso drove in at least 3 runs with a 2-run ding-dong in the first. Francisco Lindor had himself at least 4 hits tonight thanks to back-to-back triples and a solo shot later on the ballgame. Francisco Alvarez now leads all MLB catchers with 16 home runs this season. I could be one off on the number there. If I am, I apologize. But Alvarez has now homered in 3 consecutive games. I'm pretty sure he's homered in 4 of his last 5. He has been red hot for this Metropolitan team. Again, this offense was unbelievably deep today. You had production from Jeff McNeil driving in a run with an RBI double. You got an RBI double also from Daniel Vogelbach. Hoagie Vogie was productive too. Everyone and their mother in this Mets lineup was productive, and that is what you love to see. The depth stood out like no tomorrow. Everyone was doing what you asked them to, and McNeil and Alonso especially have been struggling mightily over the past number of weeks now. They both broke out at the best time imaginable. Francisco Lindor was under the weather entering the game, even had to have an IV in his arm, and he went out and had what many can say, including myself, his best game of this season. Lindor is red hot right now. You're loving the production from this entire lineup. Francisco Alvarez is so good that the Diamondbacks may have in fact intentionally hit him. You know, you're gonna have the group of fans that say, no, that was an accident. You're going to have the group of fans that say, oh, that was clearly on purpose. Either way, the bench is clear right away. Buck was a little riled up about it. I was a little riled up about it. Again, the Mets, they cannot tolerate anything like that. Alvarez is our stud. He is the now, and he is the future of the backstop position as he has been tearing the cover off the ball after what was a horrendous month of June for him and this entire Metropolitan team. Now in the month of July, he is as hot as ever, and that power bat is so unbelievably key for this Mets lineup. So again, Mets win by a final score of 9-0. The offense was early. It was often. The Mets just slapped around one of the better teams in all the NL, the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're on a 5-game heater, and now they enter their biggest series of the season yet as they're 41-46 against the San Diego Padres club. Eerily similar with inconsistencies, 41-46. They're coming off of a series sweep against the Angels. The Mets are coming off a series sweep against the D-backs. Who's going to take this series? Who's going to be riding high into the All-Star break? That is what we're going to find out as soon as tomorrow with Justin Verlander and Yu Darvish on the bump. I may be in attendance, still figuring that out. I will certainly be there for Saturday's game. So make sure you're looking out for your boy Wardy and my man Born Out Hog Watch if anyone's attending the games at Petco Park this weekend. And make sure to chime in on our respective channels as we'll be dual live streaming together and having great discussion and great commentary breaking down these Mets-Padres games. So Mets fans, thank you guys all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, let's effing go Mets, baby. Huge win, huge series sweep. Let's keep the ball rolling.